I've always been in real estate growing up. I'd go through open inspections with my mum. So I was keen to get started in actually purchasing and investing in property as soon as I could. So in my early 20s, I bought some land, and through necessity, because of my buying power at the time, I became an owner builder. So that was a very stressful process, and there was literally a lot of tears involved during that process. So I moved in with family and decided to continue my investment journey and purchased another property. But I soon realised that I was reliant on the property market, and that wasn't exactly going up in the location where I'd purchased this other house. And I quickly realised I needed to manufacture that growth and equity, which is like similar to the house that I had built. But given that was such a stressful process, I was interested in finding another way of doing that, building equity through, or generating equity through building, but through a more self-managed process that I wouldn't be heavily involved in. As I said, I've always been interested in real estate, so I read a lot of property articles and magazines in relation to real estate and property. And I happened to be reading a national real estate magazine, and that's where I first came across DUPLEX Invest. Paul was interviewed by the magazine and asked a few questions. As his responses and the whole strategy was something that really resonated with me. So I kept that magazine, because then it wasn't for another year or so that I was in a position to invest. And that's when I first contacted Paul to try and get started. I asked probably 1,000 questions. I have a legal background, so by nature I'm very conservative and risk averse. And for me, this was quite risky, even though I did have some experience in investing. Paul was able to answer all my questions, but I didn't just rely on that. Given how risk averse I am, I made my own independent inquiries, including asking about Paul himself and his reputation in the industry. And anyone that I spoke to that actually knew Paul had nothing but positive things to say. All my independent inquiries through other real estate agents, through online forums and systems that look into real estate, all checked out. I couldn't find anything that would negate anything I was being told. So it was, I guess in the end, it was a decision backed by evidence and facts. It wasn't just claims that were being made by DUPLEX Invest. And anything that had been stated as part of proposed projects all checked out. So I soon realised that even though I still thought for my level of risk it was quite risky, I had managed that risk through my inquiries. So in reality, it was actually probably quite a safe project. I still didn't mention it to friends because I know at the end of the day, my friends love me and they care about me. So I went ahead, signed up with Paul, and everything was just really easy. The only thing that I found quite time intensive was actually organising my finances. That was part of my situation and nothing to do with DUPLEX Invest. So once that was all sorted, it was a very, very seamless and easy process. I was always kept informed. I knew where things were at. No question was a dumb question. Even if I couldn't get straight through to anyone to talk to, my calls were returned really quickly, always professional advice. And even with things that were probably more an issue on due to my life circumstances, given how experienced the team are at DUPLEX INVEST, they were able to help me with that side of things as well. I would say just do it, go ahead, you're in safe hands. Paul and the team at DUPLEX INVEST, they're professionals. There's a lot of people that might be in the real estate and property game, but then there's also that probably like 1% that just do it better, and that's DUPLEX INVEST. I found the advice to be first class. The team were very approachable, always answered my questions, no matter how basic I thought they were. And even with things that were probably more an issue on due to my life circumstances, given how experienced the team are at DUPLEX INVEST, they were able to help me with that side of things as well. I chose DUPLEX INVEST because I felt everything that was being proposed checked out. It was exactly what was being promised, what was going to be delivered. I did look into other companies that perhaps offer similar products, but through independent inquiries, I soon realised there were a lot of things that were overstated and things were being overpromised. I'd recommend them because it's a way of actually generating, I think, some quick income. So in just over 12 months, I've generated $180,000, which I can realise through selling my investment. But at the end of the day, it's a first-class investment. It's a duplex, so there's 2 properties, they're both rented out, and it's covering my mortgage repayments. So even if you think it's a risky investment, or if the property market happens to take a steep turn, you're going to have like a quality investment that you can easily hold on to. The whole team were very good at keeping me informed. There was regular communication by phone, by email. I always knew where things were at, what was happening. I don't think I needed to call because I was always just kept informed. I always knew where things were at. For me, it was like a set and forget kind of investment. I knew there was someone else invested in this with me, so I had someone by my side through the whole process. This is something I want to keep repeating until I've paid off my mortgage, and then I can actually move into my dream home. I know you asked for one word, but I would say first class. It's first class service, first class advice, and in the end I've ended up with a first class investment. I've ended up making $180,000 gross in profit. Even all the other experts that the team might work with, like real estate agents, have all been fantastic. My real estate, due to, I guess, international and national circumstances, I haven't even been able to travel to view my investment. But I had a property manager that was there at key handover. She picked it up. She had the property advertised on the same day and rented out within a couple of days. And that's through contacts that I was referred to through DUPLEX INVEST. These are projects that are selected based on evidence, and they're in areas that I possibly would never have looked at, but I found that they're all based on evidence and facts, and if you just trust in that, it pays off. Thank you for all your help and support. I feel really lucky to have met you and been involved with you through this project, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do more of these projects with you.